welcome back to another Exaforge devlog. You might be able to tell, but I have a new mic. I'm trying it out for the first time. I'm not sure whether I'll keep it, but it's certainly a much higher quality than the one that I had been using. So there's a good chance I'll keep using it. All right, so what do we have here? Well, obviously, I have added randomly generated names to each of these planets. The algorithm that generates them is clearly not very sophisticated, and you'll have to excuse this icon here. I just wanted some resource icon to display the proof of concept. So that works. But yeah, so I've got planets generating, I've got random generated names, and I've got this little HUD in the corner which I need to adjust so that it works on large screen size. Let me show you. See, that's the way it's supposed to look. To make it big, it doesn't look like that. Still getting used to Godot's UI system though, so that's why that doesn't look right now. All right, so I'm pretty pleased with this. You can see when I select planets, the name updates in the corner, which I'm happy with. Exactly the way it should be. And this is just going to be displaying like planet information. Right now, this is a yield icon. That's pretty weird. What is going on there? That's super weird. It was picking this up from underneath the window. Super weird. Anyway, so yeah, it's going to display the type of resource, how much it gives, and then like population info and some other stuff. But this is basically just a proof of concept right now. So I've got that working, and I'm really pleased with that. Next steps are going to be, well, populating it with real information, like how many people are on that planet, you know, cost of upkeep and stuff like that. Actually, I don't know about cost of upkeep right now. I might not even have that as a mechanic. But yeah, so it's going to be displaying what you've got there now is a planet name, the type of resource, then how much of it yields, the population, and then if I think of any other information that needs to be displayed there, it's going to show up there. So yeah, so this has been an interesting process getting used to Godot's HUD system. So for all the planets, I ended up just creating an instance and attaching a script to it that manages the name. And this wasn't particularly obvious to me how to get this HUD set up. Oh, you see it. Oh, I selected the wrong node. So this is the halo. I've switched out how it works. It used to be added dynamically in the script, but now it's just part of the scene and its visibility is toggled. I think that works a lot better than what I had. I was getting like a bazillion errors here, and now they're all gone, so yay. But yeah, so this part, getting the HUD to show up like this was not very hard, but it wasn't clearly described anywhere. So if you're curious how to do that, it's really not super hard. The first step is, oh, that's wrong scene. Here we go. Set up your UI like this. I have something very simple set up, just an HBox container with the label and then the icon. And once you've got that, then the way I did it is I created another 3D scene with the root node being a sprite 3D because we want it to be a billboard. And then as a child, we have a sub viewport, and this is going to render our HUD. So it's going to take this, and then the sub viewport is going to render it over here. And an important detail is you need to make sure that your total size. So if you look at this HUD and then go down to oh, where is it? Where is it? I know it's in here somewhere. Oh, wait, is this the right one? Layout. Transform, yeah. So here we go. So this determines the size of your HUD. You know, 292 pixels wide by 70 tall. And then let's just check over here. Yeah. So you want to make sure that, yeah, it's a bit bigger. So you want to make sure in your HUD scene or your sprite, the one that takes it into 3D, you want to make sure that this sub viewport is set to the same size as your root HUD node over here. And that's really all there is to it. The other thing that you want to do is you want to check transparent background unless you want gray. Let me show you what that looks like. Uncheck that. You see you got a gray box over there. That is not pretty. We're just going to remove that. So yeah, so you do that, and then whatever child you have of the sub viewport is what the sub viewport will render. So I just instanced this scene as a child of the sub viewport, and then here in the sprite 3D, you need to make it render the contents of the viewport. So to do that, you just create new viewport texture, and then it'll give you a selection of nodes, and you just want to pick this one. Actually, can I walk through that? I mean, I guess I could walk through that. Yeah, let me just do that. So this is what you look like. You just pick that. Okay. So yeah, that's what I did. And then over here, I just created an instance of that and then moved it to the location I wanted it to be, and then hooked it up with the script so that when the planet's generated, it randomly it changes the label to the planet's name. So that's pretty much all there is to that. Like I said, I'm pretty pleased with the outcome, which you saw at the beginning. And so yeah, the next step is just getting more details, and I'm beginning to work on filling out actual mechanics like, you know, resource generation and stuff like that. So that's, I think, what I'm going to be focusing on next. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you for joining me.